Evening, y'all. We got a problem here. We're going to complete the square for Rumsen to get from a quadratic from general form into vertex form. So I got two problems here. One with a leading a coefficient. That's not 1. That's the hard part. And the other one with just a leading coefficient of 1. Here, Rumsen, and for everyone else. All right, so there's your first one there. This is a quadratic. We're going to put it in vertex form. We can complete the square. The formula for completing the square is b over 2 squared. That's the magic number. We want to add that magic number in here so we can factor it as a perfect square trinomial. So to do that, I do 4 over 2 squared. Well, that's 4. Let me get some different colors here so I can show you some jazzy jazz. So I'm going to add 4 here because I got this thing equaled 4. Yes. So I'm going to add 4. Now I don't want to change. I don't want to break the equal sign or break the equality, so I'm going to also subtract 4. You dig? All right, now all I got to do is factor this part. That's the reason I put that magic number in there, plus 4, because this is going to factor as a perfect square trinomial, which means it's going to be like this. You dig? 10 minus 4, 6. And voila. That is your quadratic in vertex form now. You can use complete the square to solve quadratics and also to put, it's a nice way to put a standard form into a vertex form. Okay, now this one's a little spice because we have a leading coefficient here. You can't use this formula b over 2 squared unless this coefficient's 1. So the first step here is to factor out a 9 just out of these two terms. I'm going to leave a space here because I'm going to put my magic number in here to complete the square. I'll leave the 3. Y equals. I'm using different colors here. Everybody loves colors. Good, it's a different number. So the formula is b over 2 squared. That's b right there. So 2 over 2 squared. 1 squared is 1. All right, so my magic number here is 1. That's the number I'm going to need to factor this as a perfect square trinomial. Of course, I added 1 here. But I can't just put 1 here because the 1 is in the parentheses. So I netted adding a 9. Therefore, I must subtract 9 over here. That's the kicker part. So make sure when you put this number and distribute to figure out, and then obviously put a different sign here. You got to counteract. I added 9, so now I'm subtracting 9. You'll always add for complete the square, by the way. You'll always get a positive number because you're squaring it. All right, so now you can just carry all this through. 9 equals, y equals 9. If I factor this as a perfect square trinomial, you know it's x minus 1 squared. And then do that, minus 6. There's your quadratic in vertex form. All right, my friends, 3 minutes and 7 seconds. Have a nice evening. Enjoy.